Welcome to Raw Babes 101. We are your hosts, KK and
TT.
We are here. We are back, and we're better than ever because if you look at us right now on our YouTube,
We're blue!
We're blue in Abadi, 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 Abadi. Do you know that song? Of course you do.
Durr.
Daddy, would you like some sausage?
That was still around that same era.
Oh, yeah. I'm pulling it out.
Oh, my God. I thought that movie was so dumb.
Which one?
Tom Green.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't really my thing.
He was...
Sorry, Tom Green. We think you're great. It's just the daddy sausage thing.
Do we, though? I didn't really give a poop about his... I don't know. He just wasn't funny to me.
Okay.
It wasn't my kind of humor.
Okay.
But there was definitely some memes that I could resonate with.
Well, it worked for Raw Babes today. Made you laugh. Did its duty. So we're blue right now because of this cool ring light, and we can be green, red, and white. Ooh. Should we go with this?
Yeah.
Or this?
No. Oh.
Look at your cheeks. They're super cute, girl.
Can't complain.
Okay. Oh, the door's open. In the studio. Mic check. Oh my gosh. Okay, we are back. And oh my gosh, I just saw. I thought it was said 111. Maybe not. Okay, so
Here we are.
we're back. We're here.
We're so excited to be back. It's been since before Christmas.
Before your birthday party.
Yeah, we're talking like there was a few things had gone on. I turned 40.
So cute, girl. Happy belated birthday.
Thank you. You remember thinking, in my 20s and in my 30s, and every time I heard about the 40s, I heard the best reviews. And so far, leading into like 40,
Tell me about it.
Pretty badass. Well, I give fuck the least I've ever given a fuck ever in my life.
You're just right into your fearless fucking warrior power.
No fucks given.
Princess queen.
Holy mother.
Vagina. Your vagina flower is open, your crown is open, and you are here.
Yeah.
And a whole lot of women.
I think a lot of that had to do with coming to terms and identifying that my self-esteem was low. Mm-hmm. So having a low self-esteem, really, I had a lot of barriers in front of me, a lot of walls, just things that I wasn't allowing myself to like really show up like who I am. Because when you don't care, or when you do care about what people think, you hold back. You hold back
the fear.
Like, who you are. And
limiting beliefs.
100%.
How many fucking limiting beliefs do we all have, and all of you guys have? What's stopping you from stepping into your power? And it's all limited.
It is.
And it's stopping the abundance from flowing in.
Yeah. And that's, you know what? It's hard, and I totally get it. And that's like a full lifetime of old beliefs and programming. Like it is. Like it's hard. It's hard to turn the programming around, and it takes work and it takes effort. But fuck, it's rewarding.
It is.
Yeah, like I've never been happier. I've never been happier.
Cheers, girl.
Clink.
Totes to totes my goats.
So I want to tell a story a little bit before we move on.
I'm ready.
Are you good? You good with it? We got a lot to talk about.
This is
because it's just been a while.
Yeah, this is our counseling session. Not only is it a sharing session, but it's the whole package. And I am so grateful that you're back, and I loved doing the meditation, and we're going to add little pieces in because it's super awesome sauce for everybody to actually do the work and burn shit that doesn't serve you. But
this is so amazing because the story how that happened, there was a series of things that has happened to me in the last like so many months, and I've been really trying to dig deep, like not try to understand it too much, but understand maybe like what's so convoluted in my life that these pieces of drama keep happening. And I'm not meaning drama with other people or anything like that. It's just like not the most ideal things were happening
in your life, like to you,
to me personally,
as a human.
And whatever. And I had to look at these as experiences, and they happened for a reason. But this particular thing happened for a reason because Kristen and I have had these we have so many ideas and what we want to do with this podcast, what we want to do it together, but we do understand that these things take time and that they need to flow in and flow out
Effortless.
like butter. And so Christmas happened. We allowed ourselves that downtime with our families. We didn't do any work, which was amazing because we could be totally present. And what do you know? Fucking COVID flies through Maple Ridge like everybody's sick. Everybody's sick right now. Everybody's testing positive for COVID. Everybody's got symptoms. Everything's shutting down. Fucking like
Craziness.
just
Hilarious.
So I'm sick as fuck. Okay, I'm in bed. I can't move, and
You should back up to second to
What?
your knee.
well, I will get there.
Jeez.
I know. But the thing is that Kristen was able to record our last 2 episodes on meditation, and that's something that we've been manifesting for a while.
Yes.
And it
100%.
finally happened. But it happened because I was sick as fuck.
Yes.
And we wanted to start bringing out our episodes after Christmas, and we had a deadline, and by God, we were fucking hitting it.
Oh yeah. And Tiffany's like laying in bed. She's like, okay, we could do it on Zoom and whatever. And I'm like, you know what? You said it. You said it in the end. You suggested it.
Yeah, so I told Kristen, I said, we've been wanting to do this for a while. You need to do a meditation. And you need to do a series. So she fucking did it. She did a series of meditation. There's only 2. There is so much room for more in the future. We're totally doing this.
Totally.
But Kristen, you've been
perfect.
doing such a good job with your clients, and you're
Beth.
practicing a lot, and it really shows because your
thanks, girl.
meditations were just something that was so perfect for your back pocket. So
You
the
can reach
first
to it
one,
anytime.
yeah, if you haven't heard it, turn this off and go back.
But put your earbuds in if you're watching us on YouTube or even on the podcast. You need the earbuds because the sound healing of the 432 hertz heart chakra singing bowl, sound bowl, needs to be, you need the earbuds. And you can hear my voice better with the earbuds.
There's just so much energy that comes off that bowl.
Holy shit.
And you have such a sweet voice. Like when you're leading the meditation, I'm like, I did my first one in my bath. I'm like, because I was like in one of my favorite elements.
Yeah.
I do a lot of cleansing, like through water, and
So happy you said that.
yeah, I meditate a lot in the bathtub. Just because energy, there's so much energy that's held in the water, and when I'm letting go and putting back, good positive energy, I'm basking in that.
Totally.
Anyways, that's just
And you can even
my mind
visualize
goes.
that
yeah,
going down the drain.
yeah.
Second thing that comes to mind, I just learned something new. Let's share a tidbit. Okay. Chakra clearing shower meditation. I'm going to say it fast. Visualize yourself in the shower. Visualize each chakra. So you go root, sacral, solar, heart, throat, third eye, crown. Visualize them all coming out of your body. Visualize them circling. Visualize the water coming down. And visualize like dark dirt circulating out of each one. It's being cleansed. It's being cleared. This is actually something that's from Marilyn, who does the quantum healing hypnosis technique. So you basically just allow all of that to leave, and it goes down the drain, and then you close up each one, make sure it's circulating and it's rotating clockwise, and that's it. It's that simple, you guys, to just clear off whatever is in your path. It could be another person.
And that's a deep visualization.
Deep.
That's a deep one. Like you could visualize a concept that would allow that energy. I would almost say the same, but it's not, because when you're going that deep, you're giving it time to process. You're giving it time to process through your subconscious, through your body, and then now your focus is on the next one, and then the next one.
It's really powerful.
Very powerful.
So I did it for the first time. Like I've only done it twice ever, and that's why I'm sharing it, because it's really powerful and it's a cleanse. And like Tiffany's saying, water is really good for us. It's really good for the body to cleanse it.
Yes.
It's really
Oh my God, it's huge.
everything.
Yeah, so Kristen did the meditations and they're amazing. So definitely save those. You can listen to them in the morning and at night. The first one is about letting shit go.
Yeah.
And then the other one is about attracting and manifesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
bringing in abundance. And then the cool thing is, because of the burning thing, once you guys keep going back to it and you get used to a situation that you're ready to let go of, it could be a person, a place, a thing. When you actually physically burn that piece of paper outside, of course, make sure you're safe. Okay. I'm not recommending, I'm not condoning unsafe burning in your house outside.
Don't do it beside your Christmas tree.
It's just energetically freeing. And it's like actually like you're visualizing your shit burn from the paper.
Yeah.
Just do it. Try it. It's great. I wanted to share. Tiffany got me something really magical for Christmas. She spoiled me, like got that water bottle with the crystals, and then all of a sudden she's like, oh, I have something for you to drop off. And I was like, no, you don't. I'm like, what the hell? Cool thing is about this, Tiffany didn't even know that she bought me something.
I knew I bought you something.
You knew you bought me something. She did not even know.
I didn't
went
know the
together.
significance
And the detail. Okay.
the detail of these two gifts.
Okay. She buys me this beautiful necklace. There's a mandala on it, and it kind of looks like a bit of a flower. Then there's a stone over top. Tiffany didn't know that she actually bought me my fucking birthstone for September. Okay? Then she got me a meditation pillow. I have been wanting one of those, and this.
It's like a circular.
Well, you saw it on, if you watched the meditation, I was sitting my big ol' ass on that thing. And it has the frickin' Mandela flower. You can't make this up. And the fact that Tiffany was like, oh, it's September? Oh, yeah. You're like,
And this necklace has a significant meaning to it. Do you remember what?
Oh, very, like there's peace, protection, strength. There's so many things to it. So many things.
And things that you needed to really manifest in your life at that time because
Oh,
you've been
yeah.
dealing with some
Heavy
interesting shit.
Holy Spirit, activate. So this brings me to something really cool, because after Tiffany, she also bought herself the pillow, because as you know, we're doing the classes and workshops coming. Anyhow, so Tiffany has one, and I have one. So
Yeah.
we're gonna be sitting our freaking asses on these things and just calling in amazing souls to get healed.
It's so
How cool.
crazy because those pillows were at this like little side store in Maple Ridge that I never go in. And I've been looking for like a meditation pillow for a long time. I've even been looking at stools and like just getting creative, right? And this store had two.
Only that was good point for saying
Right?
that.
There was
two.
only two. And I grabbed the one for me. And I'm like, oh, I like this purple one.
Ooh.
And then I look over, I'm like, there's a white one? Oh, that's for KK. So I grabbed that one.
And it's so beautiful. And it's comfortable. And it's perfect.
And it suits you perfectly.
We needed
the
it.
purple one suits me. Like,
That's
they were just kind of meant to be. They were meant to be ours. And yeah. So I love the synchronicities of things. Oh, you little fuck. Stop it.
Guys, story behind this one. Open it.
Kristen.
Open it. So Tiffany buys me the
heck?
mandala and this beautiful stone. And I'm like, what? Tiffany needs one of these? Like, this is significant. This is special. Guess what? There was only one left of your birthstone.
No.
You can't make this up. For December. And so this is perfect because you can actually read what it means. And
it's on this one.
No. Yeah, December. So hers is turquoise, so you read it.
Okay, the Mandela meaning circle in Skankert is an ancient symbol. I hope I said that
That's
right.
okay. If you didn't, we make our own language.
Sanskrit is an ancient symbol of meditation and reflection that represents harmony and balance within ourselves and the universe. Turquoise, the birthstone for December, that's me, imparts health and intuition, uplifting your healing energy centers for the journey ahead. Well, that's me for sure.
Let's put it on. And today,
did you laugh when you noticed I wasn't wearing a necklace?
Yes. Because inside my heart, I was like, yeah, she's not even wearing. You guys, this is unscripted. We don't make this.
I always wear a necklace.
She always wears a necklace. Is it?
Buddy, you're sick.
No, you're sick. And now we're matching.
Matchy.
Isn't that divine?
Oh,
and
honey.
It's such a beautiful turquoise.
I'm
too.
obsessed.
Oh, is it the wrong way?
No, don't you even.
There we go.
Yeah.
Sort of that way.
Oh, boo. You got this? Are you gonna put it on me like a fucking ring?
Obviously, this is
Are we
Soul
getting
Sisters.
married?
Yeah, this is Soul Sisters. United. We didn't incarnate in this lifetime to not.
I'm engaged to the hottest babe ever.
Oh my gosh. Still single. Still single.
If by 50 you're not married yet, let's get married.
Perfect. How's that? It can go looser if you want it.
No, this is perfect.
It's beauts.
We've met.
I know. Hold on, let's take this off. Oh, but yours is up higher. I like that. I'll have to change mine later. Next time.
I feel special.
You are special, and you're so deserving of. Excuse me, having that.
How's
it was
the
meant
burps,
for you,
buddy.
I'm burping a lot.
You are, cutie.
So I'm working out, doing some training. You okay?
Yeah.
And I'm just like feeling it. It's like, when you
feeling jacked?
The beach is that way. Okay, I'm feeling jacked.
Good.
But it's like, that feeling when it's been a little while and then you're back in and you're just like, oh my gosh, I'm so sore.
That's exactly what I'm experiencing right now.
Yeah. Okay, can you talk about your knee for a second? Because I have to say something about you and your knee.
So
positive.
Yeah, like it was okay. My birthday was on the Saturday, my birthday party. The Tuesday, I play ball hockey with my team. I play in a women's league, and my team is like, I think I've talked about my team before, but they're just so badass. Like the girls that I play with, like there's less than half of us. Like I'm the mid age. We have some older gals. I think there's like 4 or 5. And then the rest are all young, and they've all been playing since they were like 3 years old. So their skills are just next level. They're fucking pro. And here comes me, and I probably have the least amount of experience.
But the fucking most drive.
Oh my God. Well, that's the thing.
Your
like,
power.
I know how to, I know what it feels like to work hard. And sometimes I can overdo it. And this day I did. But what happened before I fucked up my knee, I'm sitting on the bench, and like this game was so hard. And I'm like, I love my team. Oh, I'm so grateful. Look at these bad bitches. Yes, I love the fact that I'm a part of this. This is my favorite sport ever. Look at you go, girl, you go.
Oh my God.
And then it was my turn, and my check. Okay, so the other team was like our sister team. Like, we're all friends. But they have this.
Not really, though.
I know. Not on the court. We're not friends.
You're like, no, fuck, ego's front in the driver's seat, like, bitch, I got this.
But the funny thing is that they had a really young girl, like, just play on the team. Like,
how young?
Like 14.
Whoa.
So after a certain age, you're allowed to join, like, the women's league. And so this 14-year-old is like a woman. She is like fierce, and she's an amazing defender, and she was my check. So
it's even better.
It's even better. So like literally,
this makes the story even better, girl.
Well, I was like kind of razzing her too, because I don't know.
She's 14.
It's just fun. And I did it out of love. I am not a bitch on the court. Like, I'm not. Like, my heart goes on the court. Like, I don't really...
I'd be scared, though. Just saying.
My physicality changes, but my mentally, like, I'm competitive, but I would never purposely lash out. I don't typically get mad unless someone's trying to hurt someone on my team. I'm just not that person. So me and her, we were just kind of laughing and jabbing each other. And we actually had to race across the court a couple times. And the last time, because we were beating them, we were racing for the ball. And when I run, I fucking haul ass. Like, I run. And it was running, and I had to pivot because she deked me out. And I pivoted too hard, and my fucking knee blew. Like,
straight
like
vagina blew.
Like, my shin completely separated from my knee. I didn't know what happened. I could just feel the shift, and I hit the ground. And I'm telling you, the pain was as equivalent. It was just as painful as childbirth.
I was gonna say childbirth.
Because, like, I'm laying there, and I'm like, this is so painful. What can I compare this to? I'm like, childbirth, 100% childbirth. And if that pain, like, it was so painful, I was like literally screaming, like it was fucked.
Oh my God.
And as soon as the ref was like, okay, is it still painful? And I'm like, ah! And he's like,
Were you
okay.
by yourself? Like your family wasn't there?
No, my family wasn't there. It was just both teams, and everybody was like super scared. So he's like, as soon as he said, is the pain subsiding? The pain started subsiding, and then it was gone. Like, gone.
Whoa.
It was trippy. It was literally my body went into shock. And so I got up and I went to walk, and it slipped out again. And then I went to walk, and it slipped out again.
As Tiffany doesn't fucking listen.
I'm like, it doesn't hurt anymore.
Wow.
I'm just going to see where I'm at. And which is so stupid, because that, honestly, like, if I was any more bullheaded, I could have done so much more damage, and I just couldn't walk on it.
Yeah, and I get it though, because you wanted to keep going.
Yeah, and I'm like, like, it can't be that bad. I'd never expected to ever go through that kind of pain again in my life, other than childbirth. Like, I never thought I would anything would happen for me to get there, and there it goes. It happened. So I've been out for well over a month and a half now, and I couldn't see my doctor sooner because I was so sick, and I'm not going to go anywhere.
And also, did you go to the hospital? Or you didn't go to the hospital?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I went to.
And didn't they do a CT or X-ray? Or
no, they did an X-ray, so nothing broke, so they couldn't
good.
see anything. And then they just did a bedside ultrasound,
Oh.
which they couldn't find anything because there was just so much blood and so much
It was just
swelling.
Ooh.
So the doctor that was on at that time was like, the look in his eyes was very concerning. He was just like, this isn't good.
You know what was kind of crazy though? So then Tiffany's birthday party, how many days? That was a Tuesday it happened? Your birthday party was on Saturday.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, this was a whirlwind of things. This is like redirections, carpet getting pulled. We had just done our circle like the week before. We were like amped up. We're just like, oh my gosh, this is a perfect opportunity to share about redirections and why they happen. And here Tiffany and I are like full bore, like planning, booking our next circles. We're booking all of our podcast stuff. We're booking guests. We're just like gung ho. And then all of a sudden it's like, no, you gotta there's some stuff that needs completed before the new is brought in.
Yeah.
And it was a way for us to sit down, do redirections, do the meditation, all that type of stuff. But the main point of all of this, what I wanted to share is, regardless of what happened with Tiffany's knee, she has not stopped, in the sense of, yes, you took the break. Yes, you had Christmas, whatever, but it didn't get her down. Her birthday wasn't canceled. Everything didn't stop. It was like, okay, this is the message from my team. I had an accident. What am I going to do about it? Okay, I need to sit. You did your meditations. You did some internal dialogue, some thinking. Like,
I went and saw Shiona.
You went and saw Shiona.
Yeah. got some clarification. We didn't even do like the purposeful energy work. We exchanged energy. It was just talking.
It was like talk therapy.
But she definitely helped clarify a few things in my life
Yes.
that I couldn't see. Like
Yeah.
I just couldn't put my finger on why are these things happening?
Yeah.
Because I knew they were happening, and I knew like I didn't want to get too deep and try to like rack my brain of why these things were happening. But I also couldn't identify it either. So I needed help.
And that's when you get the help, because if things keep going on in your life and you're not just getting it, because that's natural. It's like that thing, that post, it's like smelling your own breath. The whole room is going to know that you haven't brushed your teeth, but you don't know because you're not smelling it, even though your nose is right there. You're not seeing it. You're not smelling it. So bringing in some help, the community healers, they're really important. Well, this is like what's going on.
This is a really good piece of advice because I've been doing a lot of reading and just a lot of reflecting and stuff. But there is nothing wrong, like Kristen was saying, like when you can't make sense of something in your life, there's nothing wrong to asking outside influences what they are seeing.
Yes.
Ask them. Ask the
From
people that you trust.
Trusted source.
Yeah. Not trust me. Like, do not fucking ask someone who's constantly, who's never lifting you up. You want to ask someone that's in your corner cheering you on.
Yes. Good point, girl.
Yeah.
100%.
But I think it's really important to get an outside perspective because we're just so like, we're just in our bubble. Like we're focused. We're hyper focused on what we need to do next. Sometimes it's really hard to step outside of that and to see what's going on from the outside.
Yeah.
So it is really important to ask someone that you trust, someone that, you know, has a good and wise word. Mm-hmm. Other than that, maybe get a counselor, fucking listen to our podcast, read some books, gain some other perspective in that way.
Always. And it's like I've learned through all of this healing in this last 9 years of this healing journey, plus I'm always evolving and changing, and the carpet gets ripped out. It doesn't stop. And I keep leaning in and I keep going to like different perspectives because they're changing. It's like there's not just one way. There's not one way of healing. And what works for me may not work for the next person. And that's okay as long as you're leaning into it. The biggest thing, it's like, you know, all these things are going on in your life and you're doing nothing about it. Mm-hmm. And that's the hardest part because it's like, well, you're not going to see the change. It's like, oh, why am I not like losing the weight? Why am I not doing this? It's like, well, what are you putting into your body? Or like, what are you telling yourself? It's mind, body, soul connection. It's so important. But the whole point of this is I am so proud of you because regardless of what's happening with Tiffany, and she's had more situations that have gone on that have been hard with your life and grandma and things like that. Yeah. So roadblocks, but these aren't roadblocks, they're redirections. And then it's just making her evolve and overcome. In her work life, it's incredible. Like I'm watching you, Tiffany, on your reels, and like you're working out, and she's freaking sitting and still working out. There's an opportunity that Tiffany could sit on the couch, feel sorry for herself, fucking pull the victim card, and say "poor me," and watch the TV and eat the food. And then she's gonna say, "Well, you know what? I'm gonna blame the girl that freaking dodged me." And this is the number one thing, you guys. This may trigger you, and I'm okay with it triggering you because it's your redirection to wake up. Because we do not place blame outside of ourselves or externally. Shit's gonna happen to us. What the are you doing with it? You so true. Rise above, and that's what you're doing. And I just want to take this moment to like freaking give you the biggest clap because that's determined. That's determination. Yeah. Hard work, dedication, and you're going. You're like, no, this isn't stopping me. No. And it's inspiring. You're inspiring a lot of people. You're inspiring me, and especially people watching this. If something has gone on in your life, and I'll tell you, there's a whole lot of fucking stuff going on in my life, and there's shit that comes in, and then what are we going to do with it? We're going to deal with it. You're going to take that time to feel those feelings. The carpet rips. the freaking feeling like you're not going to be, like that you're not able to go another day. You're sick. You're riddled with fear. You've got all this going on in your body. And you're like, oh my God, I can't. And then you're like, no. This is the opportunity to use your tools, your journaling, your counseling, your podcast, pull a card, go within. That emotion and that feeling has been triggered because your body and your soul is ready to heal it. It's saying, please heal me once and for all. Don't just suppress it. Don't just push it down.
You're so awesome.
I'm just like, I'm on this like tangent of, because it's so fresh for me. Because I just this weekend had a lot of emotions happen and come up. And so now it's like so fresh. So I'm like, oh, it's here. Kristen, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to push it down? Are you going to free it, feel it, put in the work?
Yeah,
And
definitely.
we're putting in the work. Lead by example, and you're leading by example.
Thank you.
Fucking right.
Well, I sat with the frustration. I sat with the feeling, but I did come with a knowing. Like, I just knew that I've been through, I feel like, worse. And I was able to overcome that. So I can overcome this. And honestly, I hear way too often of the excuses that people can't exercise because they're injured. And
I hear that too.
I'm not taking away from the injury and like the pain of that, but I do know doing nothing is way worse. I do know that. So
for your mental state too.
100%. So what I'm doing right now is I'm actually recording all my workouts, and I am posting the ones that I need to modify. And so that will be something that people can work off of that have knee injuries.
Perfect.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And watch this. She's going to put them out, and there's going to be so many people that are so grateful because they're like, oh, I thought I was not able to do anything, that I was just going to be stuck and stagnant, and their mojo's gone. They were just amped up to be personal training, and then it was like, no. But it's like, hey, we got a girl with a knee injury, and she's freaking flying through.
Yeah, girl. No excuses here. No, there's no reason. But with everything that you're talking about, I think the real thing that the main thing that comes full circle is taking care of ourselves, making sure that we're healthy, making those steps towards that health, those goals. Even if you don't even know what those goals are, you just want to be healthier.
Yeah.
Well, to do that is to make better food decisions, exercise. You must do these things. And if you don't do those two things, you're going to have way worse consequences in the future. Let's avoid those. The other part is to do your personal development. I mean, you're already doing it if you're listening to this podcast because you're already obsessed with us.
And we don't really give you an option. It's like, are you doing your work?
Yeah. But read the books, do the personal development, ask someone that you want to level up with, and reach out. Don't be such a scaredy cat. Like, you think that, like, you put us on a pedestal, you think that we're too busy for you. No, this is our life's work. Like, you need help. We are so passionate to help because we've been there. We understand.
And we still are there at times.
Yes.
And then we know the tools because we put them to work to get ourselves out. And I'm telling you, it's not like you just do this healing and then you just become this guru. It doesn't work like that. We are students every day. Yeah. I learn something new often. My son teaches me something new often.
Oh, we're students for life.
For life.
For life.
And then guess what
you are.
Yeah. And guess what the message is, and guess what I believe it's about sharing. It's sharing the knowledge. I will never keep anything to myself that is worth sharing that could help another soul, because we are here to help raise each other up and raise our frequency so we can see through the fear and make a life for ourselves. It's not anybody else's life to live.
It's such a beautiful thing, because instead of seeking for outside things to find the happiness, like the people, the material, the things, the going here, going there. Well, your shit comes with you no matter what. It comes back up.
Totally.
But it's going within.
Yeah.
And that's where you really do find the true happiness. It sounds so fucking corny, I know.
Yeah.
But that's why we promote so heavily about the self-care. Because when you do the self-care, that's when you go inwards, and that's when you find that happiness.
Yeah.
But this is pure nature's medicine. This is what gets you through. This is what helps you, move past the things that are holding you down.
Self-care.
It's self-care.
That's it.
It's all about self-care. You're never, if you're helping other people before you're helping yourself, there is a problem.
Yeah.
And it's called codependency.
Yeah, and filling from an empty cup is going to drain you even further.
Yeah.
And then ailments, dis-ease,
Yeah.
depression, and anxiety. It's a signal. It's a frequency signal in your body going, hello, pay attention to me. I need you. I need you to give me some time. And something that I actually noticed, because I am all about affirmations and very positive to my friends and my family. I'm like, oh my God, wow, and I'm like this cheerleader, right? And then I was like, I had to check myself a little bit, and I had to go, am I cheerleading myself the same as I am everybody else? And I'm putting this energy out. So it was I had to just balance the scale and go, okay, you don't have to pour out so much. You can still cheer people on and love them and everything.
Yeah.
But make sure that's balanced.
Yeah.
Just give yourself
a check.
Yeah.
Something else I wanted to add, and I had a beautiful conversation with one of our peeps today.
Okay.
And it went along kind of like this. You're doing this kind of work and you're really leveling up and you're making changes in your life. Don't expect your current entourage to join you. And the reason why I say that is because at the time that you're friends with whoever's in your life, you guys are operating the same frequency. And so when you change your frequency and there's people around you that aren't, and they're staying there, it can be offensive to them. And not saying that it is offensive, it's just because they're not secure enough to raise you up in the way that you feel you should be. I've had this happen. Kristen's had this happen. It's human nature. Not everybody's going to be on the same page. Even though your intentions are good and kind, you are going to have haters, and you have to prepare for those relationships to deviate a little bit and not be so hung on to what could have, should have, would have, like in the past. Just know that people and energy flow in and out of your life as they're meant to be.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you need to burn bridges or anything like that. But I'm telling you right now, the people that you're surrounded with before you do the work are not going to be, they're not going to be holding you up.
It's part of evolution. It's part of evolution.
Yeah.
It's part of evolving. Who you attract, your tribe is going to change. You're going to call in new people, and that's okay.
Yes,
and
you're going to call in new people.
And it's going to feel lonely for a little while. I'll tell you that much.
And that's when you actually should be going inward. That's when you actually have some work to do.
That's right. That's when you sit at home and you're feeling lonely, like you want to go and you want to reach out and you want to hang out with somebody. That's the time to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to sit with how I'm feeling. Why? What am I lacking within myself that I need to fill up? Yeah. So good point.
Yeah.
It's so true. Your tribe just changes, and that's also family. I'm sorry, but I'm going to share it's family. It happens with family. Like, yeah, we can be blood related.
Too.
We can be blood related. And that doesn't actually mean anything. Like, yes, people could argue with me like, what do you mean? Like, blah, blah. I get it. We've been conditioned and told that, well, this is your person, so even if they abuse you, you need to have them in your life. No, actually you don't.
I don't believe that.
I don't believe it either. I believe in self-care and boundaries. And if you have to place a boundary with a family or a friend or a coworker,
because you know what's the best for you and your mental health.
Exactly, because you're number one.
Then you do that.
Yeah, and ask yourself, like, who are you doing this for? Are you doing this for your mom to keep the peace, to make your mom happy? That's, yet again, you need to check yourself. because then it's not in alignment for what's right for you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's okay if you start noticing the different people falling off.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
mean,
okay.
don't be cold to it. Have just compassion. It's really easy to point fingers and point blame, but in the reality, that doesn't get anybody anywhere. So just agreeing to disagree is probably the best medicine you could have to save any type of relationship if you want to be in each other's lives. But you can't control anything outside of you. And if you got someone that's outside of your circle that's just not willing to work with you, and then it's just time to move on.
It is. And you know,
it's a big pill to swallow, but it's the truth.
It is. And let's use an example, because back in a couple of years ago, when I would drink and I would go out with my friends, I had a completely different group of friends. What brought us together was getting dressed up, going out, having drinks at a restaurant, and listening to music. That's cool. And I have nothing wrong with that for other people. As I started to change in the sense of it wasn't serving me. I was like, I'm so into health, and I was like, the drinking thing and what it's doing to my liver, it just didn't align. So what happened is, as I'm evolving and my frequency is changing and all these types of things and new people are coming in, guess what the universe does? Your higher self does. It gives you little tests. So all of a sudden you go out and you're made this promise to yourself that you're not going to drink or you're not going to eat bad foods. And all of a sudden this beautiful cake comes out for you, or somebody buys you these shots. These are the defining moments, I promise you, that will make or break your evolution in that moment. If you made that promise and that oath to yourself, follow through. A tip for this: the drink comes out. It's there in the moment. Fun. Have a shot. Get into it. Woohoo! But long run, how will I feel tomorrow? Will I feel disappointed? Is this going to be in alignment with my higher self? Is this going to bring me to my goals? And that's what you have to ask yourself in the moment. You've got to step outside of the right here, right now. Like, oh, this chocolate is really good right now. It's completely wasted your hour workout that you did today, and you've just eaten a freaking chocolate bar, and it's taken it away.
Well, you're not even exercising the grit either, because grit, you're not born with it. You have to develop,
and it takes time.
That muscle.
Yeah.
So if you're constantly giving in,
yeah,
you're never gonna learn. You're never gonna know what it's like to not have it.
Yeah, and it's like the willpower, and then you have free will. That's why we're given free will. That's why we have willpower. Which one are you going to choose? And I have a little scale. It's like, here's a scale. One side of the scale is, let's say, a lower frequency. One side of the scale is a higher frequency. Every single thing, let's say you're in the middle, everything that you do and that you reach for that's going to lower it is going to bring you down to that side. Everything that you do to reach for something that's going to raise your frequency, working out, journaling, meditation, counseling, all these types of things are going to raise your frequency. The other thing on the other spectrum is going to lower it. So in the moment, use this tip. Will this drink elevate me to where I would like to go, or is it going to bring me to the past? Choice is yours right there. It's like the best thing that helped me. It was like I had to think outside of myself in that moment instead of the right here, right now pleasure.
It's so true.
Long term.
It is so true.
So true.
Because I think we're a little bit conditioned at this point for these instant satisfaction situations, and we're not practicing looking that far ahead.
Look further, guys.
It's kind of hard to watch, because that is now in the mindset, say you and I are in, Dave and I are in, where we're really looking. I feel like Dave looks too far into the picture sometimes. He can be a bit of a pessimist, but he is very logic also. So he can see how things can really steer the other way. Mm-hmm. But looking that far ahead, that's actually seems to be a rarity these days.
That's right.
People aren't looking, people want like the now, like.
Yeah, they want this right here, right now.
Yeah.
This is going to make this bad feeling feel better right now. I'm going through a depressed time. I'm going through a breakup. I need to feel better right now and fix me now. It doesn't, because that breakup that you end up having 5 years down the road are going to feel the same feelings. The lesson here is those feelings don't go anywhere until you actually feel them and free them. So you are a prisoner within your body forever, dealing and avoiding from the external.
Yeah.
Continuous. It's a hamster wheel. It's a cycle. You can do it with your friends, family. You can have the same relationships until you look within. I'll tell you that much. That's the ticket. That's the ticket.
This really goes into the conversation of habits, like changing habits. And I've been putting a lot of thought into this recently, just with the work that I'm doing. And the habits is what keeps people from growing. It's people really like I'm going to use us, like I say it as the collective, some more than others, definitely, but we have a way of sticking within these habits that keep these transformations from even happening or taking a very long time. And what it is, it's old programming, and it's programming in our subconscious that's keeping us from breaking these habits. Because it's not hard to reach for healthier food and put healthier food in your body. It's really not hard to work out in your kitchen. Yeah. We just got to get our minds around.
Say no.
No, it's not.
It's not hard to say no to somebody that's abusing you, to be like, and saying something mean to you, to hang up the phone and say, this conversation isn't serving me.
It is over.
It's done.
We're not talking anymore.
That's it.
Yeah. Like cut the cord.
Yeah.
But it's the old belief system that's what's keeping us there. And if you're having a hard time putting down that cigarette, if you're having a hard time staying out of the pantry, or dating the same bad boyfriend, same personality type,
or a
girlfriend, these are just habits within yourself. You haven't dug deep enough to see, are you willing to break through these? Yeah. Are you willing to do the work so you can live a much happier, more successful life? Yeah. It's the habits that we need to break, you guys. And this is actually, I put this on our reel today. If you're having troubles finding a new way of being, fake it. Imagine what you would be like. How do you visualize yourself if you were actually operating at your higher self? Be that. Pretend that. Yeah. Do it until you actually feel it, because nothing's going to change until your subconscious changes. And the subconscious is at that place because you repeated the same thing over and over and over and over and over again.
And it could be learned from your mom or your dad. It could be that's where we learn it from.
Yeah.
A lot of our shit.
But we can turn that shit around. So we need 100%. To recondition our minds.
That's perfect.
And that takes a bit of, you have to be willing and a bit of commitment. Yeah. And that's why I always say with my fitness programs, we plan the plan. Because if there ain't no fucking plan, there ain't no success. Sex. What? No, you can't have your dream wedding or your dream vacation without it being planned. If you want your dream self, you need to plan for that. So be consistent in the actions. And if you need to consistently fake it and pretend that you're in that space, we'll do it, because eventually you'll believe it. Yeah. Eventually your subconscious will be like, hey, I can do this. I can do this.
Yeah. And I say that to people too with affirmations. I have them all over my house, saying nice things. It's a reminder. And so if you go into the bathroom and you see, it could be, I am worthy. I am willing to change. And I say it to people, even if you don't look at yourself in the mirror and think that you're beautiful, say, I love you. I love you exactly as you are. And you are not going to feel it at first. And emotions might come up and you might want to cry.
It's probably going to feel pretty uncomfortable.
It's going to feel weird. And then you push past it. Yeah. And like Tiffany's saying, those are the things that you're faking. Like, yes, right here in this moment, it's not true for me. But guess what you're doing? You're calling your future self in that is true for. So it is right there being called in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because all that external noise, whether it's you saying it or like people around you, that if it's not raising your higher self, it is total fucking bullshit.
It's a lie.
It's a
Your
goddamn
fear is
lie.
lying to you.
It's a trick.
It's a trick. It is saying to you, it's going, okay, here we go. This is a perfect example. It's yourself all of a sudden is like, I am going to get up and do a meditation and I'm going to go for a walk. And then some limiting belief comes in. It's like, no, you're not going to do that. You're going to rest and you should watch TV. Guess what you do? Grab that thing, throw it against the wall and say, I'm doing it anyway. And do it anyway.
Yeah.
And you keep doing it anyway. And you're going to fucking do it anyway.
Well, I think that's when it comes to being healthy, that's when a plan really comes into play. It's like writing the grocery list and staying within that list. Mm-hmm. If it's in your calendar and you know what you need to do, you're more likely to follow through, because there's going to be, if you're changing new habits, there's things on that list you're not going to want to do. And if you don't actually have a plan on how to conquer that, you're going to have every excuse known to man why you can't get those things done. And then you're going to feel guilty and ashamed and all those things
and
that are not going to do you any service.
Yeah, and you're going to tell yourself why you can't instead of why you can. And then that's where you have these little cheerleaders or the people put in the right position of when that little limiting belief comes in that goes, no, actually, I can do it. I'm going to do it anyway. It's just time, guys.
Yeah.
We're in 2022 now. And I'm so happy because I'll tell you, there is so many awesome people that are leaning in, that are doing their healing work. They're evolving. They're fucking facing the shadow side. It's not easy. It's not fun. It feels sick. It feels crazy. And yeah, some weekends you just need to lay in bed extra long and have a cry and play that music. Like, music heals my soul. I lean into music all the time. And I have those moments. I allow them because you need to have that space. But then I also pick myself up and do everything that we were talking about.
Yeah.
So this is a big spiel.
Why don't you talk about what's like coming for 2022? What was that look?
Okay, so when she said that, I just had a full like visualization.
Happened.
Yes, full visualization of like, girl, do you want me to share this right now? No, you guys, 2022.
Short version.
Long version, there's no such thing. So 2022 is magical. Guys, 222 is very powerful. It is abundance, miracles, gifts, healing, waking up. People are coming together. They're working together. It doesn't matter about if you are vegan or vegetarian or you're a carnivore. Nobody gives a fuck. We don't care. What we do have in common is love, community, and connection, and that we're all here to make it work. So let go of the limiting beliefs and the dividing and the you're this type of person or you're this. No, it doesn't matter. We're all here. Our hearts are beating. We're breathing. We're here. We're sharing this earth. Let's stick together. So yes, 2022 is very powerful, you guys. A lot of gifts and a lot of fun things and happiness. It's just keep leaning in. Just keep trusting. All I can say is don't focus on anything that's negative or that's out of your control, because it's out of your control. What can you control? Your mindset, what you put in your mouth, the friends that you hang out with, whether you drink alcohol or not, whether you go and buy crystals, whether you, whatever it is, it doesn't even matter. Just lean into the higher frequency of what is going to fill you up. What was so funny?
Well, sometimes a glass of red wine fills my cup.
Well, and you know what? There's
Only
nothing.
if I have it with a nice steak dinner.
Oh my god! And see,
just hand in hand. It's got to be a nice one.
And do you see that this is the duality of? It doesn't matter if Tiffany wants to sit there and eat a steak and eat a glass of wine. Guess what, guys? I can have my tea and I can sit beside her and I can conversate with her. I can not judge her and love her exactly as she is. And this is the theme and the message to the world for 2022. We can all coexist, regardless of your gender, what you put in your body, what you do. Do for you, girl, and I'll do for me.
You got it. And that, I think you nailed it on the head, is loving each other for who we really are and not what we're not.
Totally.
You're friends with someone, or you're in someone's life because of their higher self. There's a greater good, whether there's a lesson in everything, but just check yourself for a sec. Where are these emotions coming from? How are they serving you? What do you need to do to elevate this energy in you so you can show up in this world in the way that it needs you?
Another tidbit. Remember, we talk about this often. You judging the person across the room is the finger pointing back at you, because there's something that's unhealed within you that you're judging yourself about. It's a mirror.
You said it. Oh, if you did it in the mirror.
No, it's a judge. So me judging you, I'll explain it. So I'm judging Tiffany. So I say to my friend, I'm like, oh my God, like, look at that girl over there. Whatever I would say, like, she's really like outgoing and loud. Okay?
Yeah.
So there's something
but she's really just, well, outgoing and kind and nice.
Right. But there's a piece of me that feels threatened, or that I'm not enough because I'm judging her. But if I felt confident and like outgoing and all these things, I would have looked at her and been like, oh, she's freaking like rocking life right now.
If you had a higher self-esteem, and that's...
Yeah, and I do.
Yeah, now you do.
Now.
Yeah.
But in the past, I wouldn't have. So just remember, when you're judging another person, be careful, because you're actually judging yourself.
It's so true. But you know the finger thing?
Yeah.
It's one finger to them. Look how many are pointing back
Exactly.
at you.
3.
4. Or a thumb's not really a finger, but it does look funny when it points back at you like that. You're not really doing it.
No.
You're doing like that. Yeah.
Anyways, this is the thing. We love you guys, and we're so happy to be back. We spieled. Like, this, guys, was just freestyle, just came.
We had a lot to say.
With love.
A lot to say.
And triggers. And hey, I get it. I've been triggered my whole life. And I just write it down. I'm like, holy shit, this triggered me. And then I go, hey, let me go to my healer or counselor or myself. And I start writing it out. And all of a sudden I'm like, oh, that's something that I really needed to fucking
That's a me
out.
problem.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, that was actually me the whole time. Oh my.
I love it. I love it. Ooh, card time.
So I guess we broke our 30-minute, but you guys needed a little extra tonight. A wham bam. Thank you, ma'am.
We're good. We're good.
Let's see what the cards want to tell us. The collective that are tuning in to Raw Babes 101. Let's hear it. Let's see it. What do you guys got for us tonight? Woo! 2! Holy Dinah! Three mother... Because you know what? Okay. You can...
I'm trying to watch my swearing.
We're watching it as it freaking flies out of your mouth. Oh my gosh. Okay. Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. Remember, you cannot build anything on a shaky foundation. If it's shaky and not strong, it will not survive. So trust the divine plan. Trust the pulls. Trust the redirections. Insane. Oh my gosh. Next card. You're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. Yes. You guys, if this was a question for you, that was your answer. You're doing it. Just keep leaning in. Keep doing it. Keep going. Go.
Star Mother. How can you mother yourself?
Oh, you can't make this up. You guys, this is just...
How do you take care of yourself?
Yes, mother yourself.
Don't
That's
worry
it.
about everybody else.
Oh.
If you're worrying about everybody else, you have way too much time on your hands. But listen,
Yes,
this was an
and you're
amazing
avoiding.
episode. Thank you so much,
Yes.
Kristen.
Thank you,
we
Tiffany.
fucking love you guys. Peacing out, man.
You guys, we're
Peace.
cut it out. Have an amazing day. We love you. Bye, guys.